The ceasefire between Israel and Hamas might have ended the 11 days of rocket attacks that Hamas was shooting from Gaza onto Israel. But the Jewish world is only now beginning to wake up and realize that Palestine is a global anti-Semitic movement against the Jew everywhere, all over the world. It won't be stopped by love or education. It is endemic to the Muslim society from which it comes. Folks, as you know, social media censorship is growing. The best way to support our video work for Israel is to subscribe to our video newsletter on pulseofisrael.com and to share our videos. If you are already a subscriber, then thank you. 2 additional ways to connect with and support Israel. They are so simple. 1, click on this link to help us strengthen Israel by strengthening Judea and Samaria. It's simple, everybody. Just click on the website and choose the best option that works for you to strengthen Judea and Samaria. And number 2, enjoy the beauty of Israel whenever you want. No matter where you are in the world, you can enjoy our online virtual tours of Israel. Just visit israelisbeautiful.com and choose the virtual video and activity package that works for you. In my interview last week with Lynn Julius, Lynn mentioned a powerful comment that Israel is the last remaining safe place for Jews in the Middle East after we were expelled from all the other Arab, Muslim, Middle Eastern countries, some communities where Jews had lived for 3,000 years, 1,000 years before Islam was even created by Muhammad. Lynn is a daughter of a survivor from the 1941 Farhud massacre of the Jews in Iraq, and she knows her Jewish Middle Eastern history since she wrote a book called Uprooted about how the 3,000-year-old Jewish community in the Middle East ran away from all the Arab Muslim countries in the Middle East. Anyone who believes the hatred for Jews around the world today is because of a false narrative that screams occupation, or the Jewish settlements of Jews living in our ancestral homeland of Judea and Samaria, or apartheid, is ignoring thousands of years of Jewish history in the Middle East. I warned the Jewish community 25 years ago that the influx of Muslim immigrants from the Middle East would be disastrous for the West and the Jews in the West. Still today, too many people prefer to be politically correct and ignore reality. Will Jews wake up now? But it's not just the Jews. All people in the West need to wake up. Watch this.
Palestine! 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 From the river to the sea! Palestine will be free! Palestine will be free! Palestine! Palestine!
This is just another scene of growing anti-Israel anti-Semitism from kids on the streets of Britain. Now, some British might think that this is just against the Jews, but they are totally wrong. This is about the Muslim takeover of the West, where they're starting to go after the Jews. Now watch this. This is what is to come in Western countries if the Muslim takeover of Western countries is not stopped. That stoning just happened a few days ago, just minutes from my home. It's a mother driving her kids on a road that Jews and Muslims drive together 24 hours a day in the Judean hills. No apartheid. I drive that road with my family all the time. It's right down the road. Now, this following message is the real heart of the matter. The following communities of indigenous Middle Eastern communities of Christians, Copts, Yazidis, Kurds, Jews, etc. have all been decimated by the Muslims in the Middle East. This is what they would want the British, Americans, Canadians, Australians, French, Spanish, Italians, and all other Westerners to know who have opened up their doors to the masses of Muslim immigrants from the Middle East. The Muslims come as a minority to your country. Then they grow and they persecute you until you are a tortured minority in your own land. It's that simple. All one has to do is just learn history of the Middle East and North Africa. Arabs came from Arabia. They then brought Islam with them and conquered the Middle East and Northern African countries with the sword, killing, raping, and pillaging the indigenous populations. They then either killed the indigenous populations or forced them to convert to Islam. Now, don't trust me. It's all in the history books. At many Jew-hating anti-Israel protests around the world, and this has been heard at protests in London and America, you will hear the peaceful Muslims chanting, Khaybar, Khaybar, Ya Yehud. That is not a peaceful chant at all. That is a chant encouraging the murder of all Jews, as the Muslims murdered the Jewish community of Khaybar back in 682 CE. Yes, they are celebrating an ancient bloodbath that their ancestors did to the Jews, and they want to repeat it today. There was no Israel back then, no settlements, nothing. But they did this to all the infidels for thousands of years, not just to the Jews. The bottom line is that all Western leaders and populations that ignore these important lessons from history are doomed to repeat them in their own countries. We can make a better future, also for the peaceful Muslims, but only if we learn from the past before it's too late.
Pulse of Israel, frontline videos from the Holy Land. Support our work by donating today.